What is up, guys? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks for being here, being subbed. If you're not, hit the button, and if you're listening on YouTube, hit the like. It's like walking in the room and hitting that light switch. Let's brighten up the place and get into the politics and BS. So we know that as I record this, the debates are happening tonight. I don't plan on watching it, and so there's that. But I was asked to share my thoughts on this, and I saw this, and I really was just like, here we go with the shenanigans. But I'm going to play a clip about this situation because I have my thoughts on it. But basically, former President Trump, he visited a church in Detroit where he attended a roundtable discussion, and it's supposed to be a black church. But the thing about it is, if this is a so-called black church, then why in the world were the majority of the people in the audience not the black parishioners, not the black members, not even the black community if they don't go to that church? Because we would be foolish to think that every church that's in a community, all of the members of that community are members of that church. Some people don't go to church at all. Some people, if they do go to a church, it may be a church that's not in their community. They may travel to it and, different things like that. But I want to play this clip because I really want this to sink in, because I do have my thoughts on him even going to this church and the pastor of this church hosting him there and him making an appearance on Fox News to pretty much give Trump his praises and bash the others.
Pretty said mostly hates Trump, and that's just fine by him. As Joe was rubbing elbows with Jimmy Kimmel and George Clooney, Trump was mixing it up in Detroit.
We've done more for, and I say this, I say it proudly, more for the black population than any president since Abraham Lincoln. That's a big statement. And crooked Joe Biden has done nothing for you except talk. It's only talk. It's all talk. He gets nothing. He gets nothing for anyone. He was lost. He's in Europe. He's walking around. He doesn't know where the hell he is, and he's supposed to help Detroit. I don't think so.
Now, the reaction on the ground in deep blue territory was big. Trump won't win Detroit. He'll probably lose by a fairly wide margin, but he's actually still working for the votes. And he's getting a lot of respect just for showing up.
President Trump, I'm so humbled that you would be here. President Obama never came to the hood, so to speak, right? President Joe Biden, he went to the big NAACP dinner, but he never came to the hood. So thank you.
Joining us now is Lorenzo Sewell, senior pastor at 180 Church, and the man you just heard, pastor. Now, he lost Detroit by, 94% last time around. So what does Donald Trump's outreach mean to the community?
When you are in the worst of the worst, you're talking about women being human trafficked literally on the street next to us. You're talking about a methadone clinic where 500 people go every single day that are generationally addicted. When the president is willing to come and bring his presence, he is gaining relational equity, or we would call it in our community, street credibility.
All right, guys, so you saw that clip, and here's the thing. Pastor Lorenzo Sewell of 180 Church, he told Reuters he initially thought he was being pranked when the Trump campaign reached out to him. However, he welcomed the opportunity, stating, "People that are disenfranchised, pushed aside, and marginalized typically don't have a voice at the table." But I honestly feel that this man was paid. We know that these churches, they need the money, okay? So I do not buy that he was not bought, that he wasn't paid, and this was just an opportunity for him to make money. I do not believe that this church and this man, who is the pastor of this church, did not get his palms greased to host Trump and all of these people that was in the audience. I'm not saying that people who are not black should not be welcome to come into a black church. That's not what I'm saying. Because honestly, black church, white church, church is supposed to be church. But we know that there definitely is a lot of segregation and a lot of separatism in the religious community. So that's not a shock. But when you say, or when they say, Trump visited a black church in Detroit, and when you look into the sea of parishioners, all you see is the majority of them being Caucasian, and not just Caucasian, but people with MAGA hats on, MAGA shirts, Trump supporters. You can't tell me that this was something that, if this man has a number of black parishioners going to his church, that they were down with. So it's possible that he invited them and they were like, hell no, we ain't coming to that. And so Trump and his team, they had their supporters to come and fill up the congregation. It just looks so fraudulent. And so I saw it. I just wasn't going to talk about it. But, you know, I got a few DMs and inboxes asking me what my thoughts on it, you know, what my thoughts were on it, and sharing it with me. And yeah, I saw it. I just feel like it's a load of crap, and I feel like he was paid. He was paid to host them, and he was also paid to come on to Fox News and share the little tidbit that he did share. So those are my thoughts on that, guys. Nothing surprises me when it comes to the hypocrisy with a lot of these people in these churches and in these ministries. So that's the first thing I thought when I saw it. I was like, oh yeah, he got paid. So you can let me know what you think in the comment section. Thanks so much for being here, liking, and subscribing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until next time, I wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.